Resident Evil has always had a myriad of ways to add extra challenge when replaying the game. In fact, it's become such a tradition that the newest Resident Evil 4 remake even has a ton of built-in challenge runs as achievements, shedding a whole new level of light on challenge runs in the series. But no matter how much light is shed into the decrepit void that is my room, it will never convince me to go outside. And in order to financially justify my hikikomori lifestyle, I need to keep coming up with more and more interesting and unique ways to play the same 3 games over and over again. In this newest rendition of my parents' favorite disappointment, I'm going to see if I can beat Resident Evil 4 without reloading. The rules are pretty straightforward. We're going to be playing a new game on the professional difficulty, and I'm not allowed to reload any of my guns. That means no manually pressing the reload button, and also no forcing a reload by running out of bullets when trying to shoot. Why did it try to reload? I'm so confused. I thought it wasn't successful. I had no ammo? Oh, okay, that's fine. But no, I did. But did I shoot with a reloaded gun? Or no? I had 2 shots? I did shoot. Oh my fucking god, dude. Someone kill me. On top of that, because it would be too easy like that, I am not allowed to use grenades or the knife ever, even to open boxes. Adding one more thing on top of that, I'm also not allowed to use any rocket launchers or glitches. Wait, that's 2 things. Longtime Waifu Runs viewers in shambles. My days of cheesing are long gone for this one. I have turned a new leaf. I even saved the dog. Save the dog. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna do Resident Evil 4, but you can't reload. The caveats to the challenge are not only is it no reloading, but I also am not allowed to use the knife or grenades at all. Not for breaking boxes, not for killing enemies. That's too hard, maybe for you, but I'm not a bottom. This game is easy. The main strat's gonna be using the merchant, I believe.
Help me.
The initial village sequence requires us to kill 14 enemies, or to wait out a really long time. Normally, I would just use 2 hand grenades to clear this in just a couple of seconds, but since I can't use grenades and I only have 8 bullets for my handgun and 6 on the newfound shotgun, it's best for me to just wait it out. If you climb to the top of the watchtower, the Ganados will do their best to Molotov out the location. And now we wait. However, Leon, like the best Pokemon in Gen 4, has Sturdy, so he won't die and will be just left on 1 HP. Ouch. After a few minutes of this hot fire, we're finally free. Nakabana! Oh wait. Fuck! You're right, I'm not allowed to knife boxes. Or so I thought. It turns out the hardest part of this challenge would be overwriting my muscle memory and not immediately invalidating it by knifing a bunch of boxes. As per the normal rules of my challenge runs, if I accidentally invalidate the run, I just restart that section and I'm forced to do it again. This time I made sure that if I break anything, I do it with my pistol. This makes me think really hard about what I'm going to use my bullets on. I grab a red, green, and yellow herb and combine them so I can sell it to the merchant for 10 grand. But the big bills won't stop there. I go around and collect every single treasure that I can remember the location of. By the time I reach the end of chapter 1-1, I use my last 3 bullets to break the lock and clear the dynamite, leaving me with an empty gun and no way to reload. Oh, actually, I'm glad I didn't shoot any more bullets. Oh, I missed. That's not good. All right, I had just enough, all good. Or so one would think. But this is when my second favorite British person comes in clutch. The merchant, El Merchante, is going to be the key to this run. While I can't reload my guns, I can upgrade their capacity in his upgrade menu. Doing so refills their ammo to a new capacity. So by buying the capacity upgrade for the pistol, I go from 0 shots to 13. There is one problem with this though. It's insanely expensive. To counteract this, I would need to grab as many treasures as I possibly could to reduce the amount of shots I take to a minimum. At this first merchant, I also buy the TMP. This handheld blicky blasts real fast, but what makes it most useful for this challenge is its large clip size. It starts with 30 shots and can be upgraded all the way to 250 bullets in a clip. The plan was to use this primarily for breaking boxes and to stun enemies so I can run right past them. Initially, I was planning to allow the use of rocket launchers, but I decided that this would be too easy, so I went ahead with the ban. Wait, maybe, should I not be allowed to use rocket launchers? I don't know if it's gonna be possible if I don't use rocket launchers though. I feel like the run would be way more interesting without rocket launchers. But I also don't know if it'll be possible without rocket launchers. I know it counts, like it's fine, but it's like, is it fun? Like it might be too easy actually. I like just now I'm realizing the insane power that the TMP has. Maybe I only use the free rocket launcher? I don't know. Nah, fuck it. I'm not using any rocket launchers. I've decided. I want to make it fun. Personally, as a speedrunner, I never grab more than 3 treasures in the village, so I had to have chat tell me where the others are. Chat. What is it? What's the code? I know you all a bunch of nerds that like puzzles. 3334434. Okay. Easy. We missed a couple, but ultimately we collected enough to progress. I sacrificed some TMP shots to collect the blue medallions and a shotgun shot or 2 to collect some money. Worth it. By the time I got to Delago, I was rich as hell. The digital treasures were finally paying off. I even convinced the merchant to buy my NFTs. Alright. I then buy the rifle and keep it for the first real boss fight. El Thick Boy. Normally I just shoot him in the foot with a rocket launcher. 30k to make your problems go away. But that's not allowed here. If I wasn't allowed to do that, then normally I would go for the no merchant strategy, to dunk on him with some hand grenades. I am the Michael Jordan of RE4 after all. Despite this, for this challenge, I am not allowed to use grenades either. So honestly, I had no idea what to do. I decided I should just try the boss fight with what little ammo I had in my guns, and then gauge how much I needed to upgrade my capacity before the fight. It turns out saving the dog would actually come in clutch here. Combining that with a few knife QTEs, I accidentally beat the boss on the first try. Oh well, I can't shake out of this. He used the knife. Reset. Why am I so mean? Maybe you shouldn't be so stupid. And I wouldn't be mean to you. Oh, right in the cock. It's that dog. The dog actually comes in clutch. Oh. Well, that was easy. Then, basically out of ammo, I would have to do some serious math. I have 2 options when it comes to getting my guns back to full. I could sell the weapon and then rebuy it to refill the ammo, or I could upgrade the ammo capacity. Okay, rifle, upgrade the capacity is 6,000. And rebuying it is 12,000, but I sell it for 5,250. So it actually is cheaper to upgrade the capacity. Upgrading it to 50 ammo is After crunching the numbers, it seems like the cheaper weapons, it's better to upgrade the capacity once, then sell and rebuy. But for the more expensive weapons like the rifle and shotgun, it's never worth to sell and rebuy. So once you upgrade, you're committed until you sell the weapon for good, or are willing to spend a ton of dosh to restart from scratch. This run was going really well. Sure, I would shoot my guns dry, but that's what Ashley is for. At least I shoot blank, so I don't have to worry about a new enemy spawning in 9 months. Once I reached the cabin, it was time to put my ammo routing to the test. I knew cabin would be one of the hardest parts of the run. I needed to kill 40 enemies or wait on an extremely long timer to end the section. Either one was going to be difficult. But I only had 7 rifle rounds, 8 shotgun shells, 7 handgun bullets, and 50 TMP rounds. I'm just gonna go in like this and we see what happens. Probably not enough to end the cabin, but we'll see. I would unlock the free Punisher just for the extra 10 bullets, but I would need to be really efficient with my ammo here, or I would just run out and be stuck in a corner praying Lewis helped my sorry ass. Lewis getting his ass beat in the cold retreats. I figured I would have to upgrade the capacity on a few of my guns before being able to complete the room. On my test run though, I would end up actually beating the cabin on my very first attempt. Oh, Let's go, easy. Zooming through this challenge, I decided to, well, challenge myself. So I let chat decide what path I'm going to take in the next section. What do you think? What's better content? Chat, you decide. As we'll do both sides for the gems. True. The poll is the side, we're doing left side. They, of course, take the left path, where I need to kill a wave of enemies and 2 chainsaw sisters, instead of the right path, where I could just run past a gigante. The most complicated part of the left path is going to be figuring out my financial situation. I have 69,000 bucks, but I'm not exactly taking in OnlyFans money here. Sure, I can roundhouse kick normal enemies all day with the TMP, but when it comes to the chainsaw sisters, things get a little bit more complicated. I kited the enemies around to try to get them all together. Once they were, I could kick many of them while only using 1 bullet. Now this was some seriously efficient ammo routing. It wasn't without its own complications though. Yeah, that's the problem right there. I shouldn't do that. Did she threw me through the wall? She said, I'll put you through that fucking wall. Oh, she was faster than me. Bro, the axe throwers, they're crazy. Stop throwing axes, please. After finally beating it, I got to watch the president's daughter celebrate the death of more innocent Spanish civilians. Once that was dealt with, I made it to the big cheese. Normally, Mendez goes down super fast, just 4 fire grenades and a barrel. But for this challenge, he would be a bit more complicated than that. As per tradition, I tried without any upgrades just to see how my damage would do. Unfortunately, even with the barrel in the arena and all of my ammo in my inventory, I didn't even take him to the second phase. I was never good at making it to second base, but this was an all-time low for me. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to do something else. It was obvious I needed to upgrade something, but I wasn't sure what. Ideally, I wanted to not waste my money on upgrades since I was going to sell all of these weapons right when I got to the castle. And I got to the castle right after I beat Mendez. Yeah, like, I could upgrade the shotgun, but it's just such a waste of money because, like, I'm gonna sell it and be buying the riot gun, like, very soon. Like, right after this boss. I started with the sniper rifle capacity upgrade, and that got me just far enough to get into the second phase. I still ran completely out of ammo after that, though. Okay. So even that is not enough to kill him. I then doubled down on the sniper and went for a damage upgrade. I had only 4 shotgun rounds, and I was out of capacity upgrades for the shotgun, so that was out of the question. I then upgraded the sniper again. Even this, though, was not enough to kill. I would run completely out of ammo multiple times. I even bought the Red 9 to try to squeeze out a little more damage out of my money. I figured it was a good investment because I might use it in the late game. I could have swore that this was going to be enough damage, but alas, I ran out of ammo once more. Then I invested into the TMP one more time. I upgraded the damage and ammo capacity as much as I possibly could. This gave me 100 ammo and nearly as much damage as a pistol. Even with this though, I could not miss a single bullet or I would not have enough damage to see that Mendussi. Yo, let's go, dude. I just needed Leon to use Sturdy, his secret ability. Now that I finally killed him though, I just needed 1 more bullet so I could kill the truck that is stopping me from entering the castle. Unlucky for him, this girl boss had just enough money to get 1 more capacity upgrade. Unfortunately, a lot of those upgrades I bought for Mendez would be to waste because I still needed to sell those guns to upgrade to bigger and better things. The auto rifle would be the absolute crux of the mid game. Almost every single room, the most optimal strategy would be to shoot the rifle once or twice. I also sold and rebought the TMP just so I could have something to stun enemies with and break boxes. This first catapult room is simple to avoid. By killing this Ganado from the start, you can guarantee a safe path to go activate the cannon, which then despawns all of the enemies when fired. I then use the next few rifle shots to absolutely clown on the Garrador and archers of the water hall. Oh no, a Garrador. Whatever shall I do? From there, I use my insane invasive maneuvers to roundhouse kick my way to safety. I was out of rifle ammo though, and I needed to defend Ashley. So I backtracked to the merchant and upgraded the capacity. Now that Waterhall is over, the rest of the rooms in Castle would primarily rely on the sniper. But that doesn't mean I can't find creative uses for other guns. In fact, this is when the unsuspecting friend would join the fray. The Mine Thrower. While the gun often falls into meme territory, the return on investment for buying it can be kind of insane for this run. Its ammo drops are very few and far between, but it's only 10,000 to buy it. That means you get 5 shots for every 10,000. And with a bit of creative application, you can easily get 10k worth out of all 5 of those shots. What if I do this? It explodes during the cutscene. That's not where I want that to go. Hit the red guy. Yeah, I've never tried that. That's crazy. What an idea. Upgrading is never worth it, but selling and rebuying the Mine Thrower is the move. This thing was super useful for rooms that would normally use a grenade in. It would take a bit of finagling to get it right. It's not a perfect replacement, but it definitely helped. The Garrador cage room is a good example of this. While I'm not very good at math, I do know exactly how many rifle shots I need for mid-game. With 4 rifle rounds, I could free Ashley and protect her. Well, if the Mine Thrower did the same damage as a grenade, I could. Red Zelly didn't die. Extra wave spawn. Yeah, the Mine Thrower doesn't do as much damage as a grenade, so I can't get skip like that. Once I'm done playing as Ashley, it's time for the big backtrack. I go grab the free rocket so I can sell it. Then I grab the broken butterfly. This thing is going to be essential for the late game boss fights. I use 5 more sniper rounds in the lava room, leaving me with exactly 0. I missed that bullet. I think I had 1 extra. Then I upgrade the capacity to 12 for my new bot rifle and head into the Knight's room. To be honest, I forgot that I didn't have flash grenades for this run. So I had no idea what strategy I was going to use for this. And it turns out the Mine Thrower is actually really good. We'll have to mess around here. Not entirely sure what the best strategy for this is gonna be, right? Because we need to kill the Plagas still. Like, normally in the speedrun, you would just like snipe the helmets and then throw a flash and then you're good to go. But we have to kill the Plagas because we can't throw the flash. So I don't know what the best strategy for this is gonna be. I wanna test out the Mine Thrower. Okay, that wasn't bad. Afterwards, I rebought the Mine Thrower and headed into Novi's. This is when the Mine Thrower could really shine. Here and on the double Garrador room. Holy shit. I could have done this fight basically first try, but I wanted to get a little fancy with it. There we go. Gaming. Afterwards, I would buy the Striker. It has the potential to have up to 100 bullets in a clip, so it would definitely be great for long-term crowd control. Not that that would matter much in the next boss fight. I knew there was no chance in hell I would have enough ammo to kill Verdugo, so I just decided to wait him out by kicking the door until the elevator arrived. RE4 is way better than RE4, and anyone who disagrees is just wrong, based Ninja Walrus. It's a good thing I didn't try to kill him because honestly, I completely forgot that El Thick Boy would come back for his revenge with his BDSM partner. Because I decided not to do any glitches for this challenge, I couldn't skip this fight either. But what I could do is a variation of the no merchant strategy. By blasting his Plaga with the Magnum and then doing a QTE, I could kill him in one clean cycle. The Striker, like the merchant, would come in clutch, at least for Novi's. It had enough ammo in its clip to be able to kill almost every Novisador before running dry. Now it's time for what would be the comment of the day. Unfortunately, I've been MIA and not really uploading in approximately 12 years, so I don't have any comments to read from. But I do have a little something I wanted to talk about. So for this challenge, I decided that I was going to have a different mindset. For a while now, I've been pumping and dumping these challenge runs as fast as possible so that I can get content to make videos for you guys. Due to this process, I have been doing the challenges in a way that I knew would be the easiest to pull off, and that I could guarantee I'd be able to complete. And ideally, in a way that I could do in less than 2 sittings. But because of this, a lot of the challenges ended up being very similar and easy. When they were not easy, it would make me very stressed and I would feel like I needed to plow through it so I could turn it into a video ASAP. But ironically, this made the content a lot worse. I wasn't having fun and therefore the videos were worse too. That's the reason I took a break for a while. And with this challenge, I tried to really embrace the idea of a challenge and make it as hard on myself as I possibly could. Here's a little example. In the past, I did some challenge runs where I played RE4's randomizer with only one weapon. But I allowed myself to use glitches and the knife as well as grenades. Because of this, almost every run was exactly the same. I could solve almost every problem with just a set of grenade strategies from the No Merchant Pro speedrun. I don't think that using glitches or speedrun strats in a challenge run inherently makes it less interesting, but I do think that if it's going to make it predictable for me or too easy, then maybe I should, instead of allowing them to make it easier to complete, potentially make them not allowed so that the challenge run is even harder and I can lean into the idea as much as possible. That would make the challenge more interesting, at least. Whatever that means for any specific run. I tried that here, so let me know what you think. Just some food for thought. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and maybe I'll respond in a section like this. Oh, and if you talk about quality, go watch my CS2 video. The solo queue hell series is going to be amazing, and I poured way more effort into that than I have in any of these videos. That's not to say that, you know, I don't put effort into these, but just go watch it, you'll see. This leads us to the minecart section. It's really simple. If you just shoot the Ganados before they have a chance to jump down, then they'll instantly die with one bullet. This way you can make sure no chainsaw guys land on the minecart and it almost never stops. I then top off at the merchant before heading into the elevator where I use the striker to keep it clear for me. Then one last stop off at the merchant before a Salazar boss fight. I upgrade the broken butterfly's damage once, then its capacity to refill the ammo. I then upgrade the sniper in tandem. Oh wow. That was easy. After the fight, I upgrade the magnum capacity again to refill it, and then again for the striker. For some reason, I disallowed glitches, so I actually had to play the island intro. Thankfully, it was somehow relatively painless. Bro, I really said no glitches. That means I can't do island skip. On God, worst decision I ever made. What would be painful, though, is killing the Iron Maiden. Normally, I would just blow his legs off and then knife him to death, and quite frankly, I forgot I couldn't do that. So I didn't grab the scope on the first pass and tried to kill him without it. A couple, yeah, in quotation marks. Oh my God! Hello. That wasn't working. So I had to backtrack to go get the scope. This backtrack was way, way harder than it had any right to be. I was definitely punished for my forgetfulness. Man, I wish I didn't forget the scope. Honestly, when did I save last? Once I did have the scope though, I had to kill the regenerator guarding it, using most of my sniper ammo. Do I have to kill him for this to open, or is it a time? I wanted to let Thick Boy be. Let him live in peace, you know? Nice shot, dude.
Who the fuck lied to me?
I killed the spiky boy and then was finally rejoined by Ashley. Open up. No closed doors in this household, young man. Thankfully, this would make the next few rooms insanely hard because the challenge was much too easy before. Now the best strategy was to kick everything to death while Ashley watches. Bro, can you stop? It takes so long to aim up. I hate archers. I can't kick him because the other dude just puts his body in the way. Before the truck, I had to upgrade the striker's capacity. Thankfully, I did too because it definitely carried me through the truck section.
Been a long time, comrade. Krauser. I died in a crash 2 years ago. Is that what they told you? You're the one who kidnapped Ashley. You catch on quick, as expected. After all, you and I both know where we come from.
Ha! Ha! Hoo! U3, while cut from the remake, was definitely still here and definitely still tanky as hell. So I had to be very careful about how much money I spent here. At this point, I only had about 100,000 left in the bank, and there was going to be a lot of spending to come. I maxed out the rifle's firepower and gave it one more capacity upgrade. That only left one capacity upgrade left. I then maxed out the Broken Butterfly's firepower with 10 shots in the clip. And again, there was only one more capacity upgrade left. I had to be very particular about what ammo I used here. I wanted to dump all of my Magnum rounds and use as little as sniper as possible. I missed too many shots in the first attempt, so I had to try again though. Well, it really helps when you miss 4 shots. I then had exactly 11 shots left. Easy peasy. At the next merchant, I got the final capacity upgrade for the Broken Butterfly, then I sold my striker, and could barely afford to buy the Killer 7. The problem is that the next boss is Krauser, and even though he is American, he has the classic British weakness to knives. Without being able to use my knife, I would have to unload some crazy damage in. I'm also completely out of money, so if whatever I had in my inventory right now was not enough to kill him, then I was going to be screwed. The first phase, I need to get 2 headshots to skip. Then in the second phase, I needed 2 more. These were the easy parts though. The real boss fight would be much, much harder. In order to get enough damage to kill the boss, I needed to make sure I got as many headshots as possible with the Broken Butterfly. In order to do that, I needed to set up stuns with the sniper. Unfortunately, this fight without a knife is complete ass. The QTEs can hit you even if you dodge them correctly. On top of that, if you try to shoot while a QTE prompt is up, it will not let you. So many hits that you could have gotten and stunned him out of doing his attack, you don't hit because the game says no. Oh, this is gonna suck. This can be slightly mitigated by shooting him in the leg to set up a headshot. This is where the sniper comes in handy. Leg shots to set up for a headshot with the Broken Butterfly or Killer 7. Once I figured this out, it was simply a matter of time before I took him out. That's when tragedy would strike though. I ran out of sniper ammo during the setup and accidentally forced a reload. I didn't even notice because the reload animation was so short due to it being canceled by the QTE. Why did it try to reload? I'm so confused. Invalid run! Streamer, reset, start over from the beginning. You suck, unsubscribe. Thankfully, I made a save right before this, so I could load that, redo the merchant, and then give it another shot. It would be simple now that I had the strategy down, but I had to do the fight all over again. Simple, right? This time I beat it without cheating. Hey, I didn't cheat. Let's go, poggers. Let's go! It's like, bitch, what did you think this is? Who the fuck do you think I am? You think I die? I'm a god. I don't die. Unfortunately, it came to the other end with basically no healing and going into 5-4. So I was gonna die a lot. Another thing I didn't consider is there's no merchant after Krauser, so I had to complete all of 5-4 with whatever I had left over after beating him, which just so happened to be exactly 3 Magnum and 1 sniper round, thank God. I used those shots on the Gatling gun dudes and was left with 1 Magnum round. I saved this for the red hat guy in the war room. He was so grateful. I blew his mind. Finally, all that was left was, well, the final boss. I sold the Broken Butterflies so I could sell and rebuy the Killer 7. And buy the final sniper capacity upgrade. I used the Killer 7 to break the 2 eyes on the front of Sadler, then the 2 eyes on the back. Once that is done, he will permanently have an eye open on his face. From there, I could simply infinite loop the QTE with a sniper shot. Ada drops the special rocket quite fast, and in a pure fit of muscle memory, I use it because I'm fucking stupid. GG. Yeah, it said no RPGs. Ah, fuck it. I could use that one, it's fine. Nah, you're right, It's not even hard, I should just do it, whatever. You're right. While Ada gives the rocket quite early, Sadler still has quite a lot of health left after that. Thankfully, the infinite loop makes quick work of him. GG. After only 6.5 hours, I beat Resident Evil 4 without reloading, using knives, grenades, or rockets on the professional difficulty. This run was really fun. Despite my initial dislike of the rule set, I learned to embrace the challenge run and take it for exactly what it was. I'm glad I did, because it made it much more significantly challenging, and it actually made it more fun as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch the full video, it's available on the archive channel in the end screen here. If you want to support me, the best way to do so is through Patreon. Thanks to the patrons, thanks for watching, and stay stylish.